to Toya DTV, Toya DTV. All right, y'all. So we are back for Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5, episode 15, Portu-Girl-Bye. We start off with the quick scenes. We see Ashley, and Ashley is doing yoga with baby Dean. I think that is super cute. After that, we see Gizelle calling Jamal. He doesn't answer, so I don't understand why he put it in there, but whatever. Wendy on the phone with Robyn, and Wendy says that she's in a panic about leaving, so she's cooked like 6 or 7 meals for her family. It's like, whoo, okay. And they also mentioned, Robyn and Wendy, the audacity of Monique to countersue. They're like, the audacity. I really thought she was going to have some remorse and all of this and all of that. Monique is well within her right to countersue. It is what it is. Then we see Candiace. She's like, I really want to buy some new luggage because I'm stressed out and I feel like that would help. You know, fresh start to go on this trip and clear my mind. And, you know, her friend is like, do it. Retail therapy, it works. Retail therapy does work. Just don't get like mad excessive. So we start the show and we see Monique. She's going into Silver and sits down and begins to order some small things that she wants. And she's meeting with Karen. So Karen, you know, got there. Karen looks great. There's a lot of people that are cracking on Karen, saying that she's old and all of this and all of that. I hope I look that good at that age. And yeah, she probably had work done regardless. I think people need to stop hating on Karen. She is beautiful. Karen and Monique sit down, they order their food, and they want to have a chat. So Monique expresses that, you know, it's a little unfortunate that you didn't come to my event, and Karen apologizes again. And she said, Monique kind of explained, well, you know, it was okay because Ashley was there for me. While she was there, we did have time to sit down and just kind of chat for a bit. So she explained that you, Karen, had mentioned to Candiace that she should file legal charges. It's like, yeah, if somebody was to beat me up, I would definitely press charges because I can't fight. You always run that risk whenever you put your hands on somebody, regardless whether they can fight, can't fight, whether they get beat, not get beat, whatever the case may be. I think that she is completely right about that. Like, and then Monique understood and was like, you know what, I get it, because at the same time, you would not be egging a person on and, you know, provoking them to try to make them hit you or whatever. So they smooth that over. They talk about it, and Karen mentions the trip to Portugal coming up that Ashley is hosting, and unfortunately Monique is not invited. Well, Monique is kind of cool with that because Monique says right now she got so much going on that her focus is really just on her family, and right now she's at a place where she's starting to feel better. She's starting to feel better about the situation, about, I guess maybe because she counterfouled, whatever it may be. There was a moment, she said, where she wasn't eating. I think that probably came from fear of being arrested in front of her family. So there was a moment where she was not eating, and now she's starting to eat again. So Karen expresses that her relationship with Candiace has been scarred because of this situation. And she said, I don't want anybody to feel like I have to choose a side or feel any way because I'm still supporting both people. And Monique completely understands. And that's how I feel. Karen should not have to choose. Unfortunately, Candiace is not mature enough to feel the same way. So when Karen said that, you know, her and Candiace's relationship is scratched, kind of scarred, and she feels like they can come back from that, Monique was like, be careful because that's how ours was a year ago. We see Ashley with Michael and Dean. So Ashley is laying down the law. Are you going to be good while I'm gone? I'm going on this trip. I'm leaving Dean. You are to put Dean down for his sleep. Eve, she's going to be there during the day. So Eve is day, Michael is night. Michael has to put Dean down for bed. So she goes over that with him, and then she mentions in her confessionals that Monique asked her to write a statement about what happened with Candiace last year. Now, when I heard the first time about Ashley giving a statement, I was thinking, okay, Ashley gave a statement about what she heard from the bathroom with the altercation, with the fight. Monique said, can you write a statement about what happened the year prior dealing with Candiace? Okay, so I mean, it is what it is because Candiace and Ashley are not friends, but Ashley and Monique are friends. To be perfectly honest and straight to the point, Candiace pulled a knife on Ashley because Ashley refused to leave her home, her residence. She left and came back in, and she was not welcome. It's not justified, but at the same time, she should have just called the police or something. But I guess she said, no, I'll handle it myself. But we know who was behind that too. Gizelle was behind that too. Gizelle told that girl to come back in the house. Anyway, so Ashley made the statement kind of defending Monique. I'm just going to say this. When Candiace does get turned up, she really does get turned up. And she gets turned up more than anybody else we've seen. When Candiace gets turned up, Candiace is ready to fight. If your husband got to pick you up and literally carry you out of the room, you are out of control. Now, Ashley says that she does not mind writing a statement for Monique because of the incidents that prior happened. Well, she said false incidents that prior happened with her and Michael, with the booty grabbing and all of that. Michael said that it didn't happen, but it happened at Monique's home. So everybody was kind of relying on Monique to provide some sort of evidence that the cameras that she had in her home, if anything, was captured. And Monique kind of shut it down like, no, it happened in the basement. I don't have cameras in the basement. Ashley feels like that was a favor. So she's like, hey, we good. We roll dogs. It is what it is. If she want a statement, I'm writing a statement. It is what it is. I don't owe Candiace anything. I just hope she tell the whole truth. That's all. You can't be writing false statements now. Ashley also points out that out of all the people on the cast, Monique probably knows her better than anybody. And I can see that. They're both fun. They're both like really down to earth. They bonded when they both had babies around the same time. So they bonded off of motherhood. So I can respect that. Everybody's starting to board the plane and they are on their way to Portugal. Just so happened, Wendy and Karen are sitting side by side. I wonder what they talked about, y'all. Or did they really just totally ignore each other? I really wonder. When Wendy realizes that she's sitting beside Karen, I ain't calling nobody a bitch, but basically she is. But what I don't understand is, why does Wendy care so much? Why does Wendy care so much about what Karen thinks, what Karen says, what Karen does? Why does she care so much that it puts her whole everything in an uproar? Anyway, they are on this 19-hour flight, y'all. I can barely do 3. A 19-hour flight. I'm gonna need me a king-size bed, a platter of hot wings. I'm gonna need a soundproof room, because it's not, look, unless you can sleep anywhere and under a bunch of noise, it ain't no going to sleep for me. I'm a light sleeper. I'm gonna need a soundproof room, all of the above. Okay, 19 hours. I can go to sleep, wake up, watch a movie, and the flight still ain't over. Anyway, they arrive in Madeira, Portugal. All right, y'all, so it is time to party, time to get their womanhood bond on. You know what I'm saying? So much has been going on. They just want to get out and have fun. So they're getting in the car. You know, they just get off the flight, walk through the airport. Their car is waiting on them. They're getting in. Everybody gets in. Karen is getting in, but don't even bother to look up. This lady slapped her head so hard on the roof of the car and then just fell into the car. I'm gonna need Karen to not be knocking herself out over in Portugal. Okay, so everybody get to their rooms and they are amazed at the layout, at the quality, at the glam and glitz and elegance of every one of their rooms. And I'm actually impressed too, because I think this is one of the biggest trips they've ever taken on Potomac, and it was oh my gosh, it was fancy. It was wonderful. So of course everybody do their check-in with their loved ones. Hey, we made it. How you doing? You know, we good. Are you good? So everybody's calling around. All right, so Ashley says, you know what? After a 19-hour flight, y'all, how about we just eat at the hotel and call it a night? Perfect. Everybody's tired. Everybody get changed and come down to the hotel restaurant so that they can have dinner. Wendy and everybody is ready to turn up. So they want to order shots, okay? They want to order shots. They want to turn up, get drinks, whatever. Start the party right. Karen orders milk. Karen says that she has developed an ulcer that's been hurting her, so she's just going to do milk. I looked it up because I had never heard of it before, ever. So milk is supposed to coat your stomach to prevent you from getting drunk. I didn't see her drink alcohol at all, so I don't know. When I looked it up, it said that it wasn't true, that it was a myth. Everybody is doing their shots or whatever, and Wendy wants to tell everybody something, and I have to get my energy up just to even anyway. Wendy wants to let everybody know that her dad worked so hard and was so grateful and thankful for a promotion while he was getting paid minimum wage that he named his first daughter after that restaurant, Wendy's. Why she felt like we needed to know that, I don't know. Wendy likes to toot her own horn, and that is one of the most annoying things ever. If you're going to say it, Cool, we support you. We're glad that you have 4 degrees. All right, sisterhood, womanhood, black girl power, whatever you want to call it. But when you keep doing it, you become a snooze fest. That's all. Candiace and Wendy are interested in a very traditional drink over in Portugal. It's called puncha. So she wants to order everybody puncha. Well, Wendy is feeling free as a bird, so Wendy want to call it poom poom. So Karen is like, I thought poom poom was for JJ. It is. And I don't know if Wendy had already been drinking or what, but Wendy said cheers to licking poom poom. Wendy is turned up. Gizelle, of course, starts going around the room asking, how everyone's check-in was with their loved ones. And Gizelle asks Ashley, how's Michael? Ashley says that Ashley is 100% back in her marriage and they're doing good. And immediately Karen picks up on it and was like, you know what? Gizelle is always looking for the girl in the group who's going through the most so that she can kind of nitpick at the situation. And I feel that way too. I feel like there may be a morsel of her that really cares, but whenever I think that way, Gizelle comes out of her mouth and says something totally absurd that tells me that she meant craziness from the beginning. So I don't really give her credit at all anymore. Wendy mentions, the last time Ashley was away, Michael didn't behave too well. Is that a part of what's on your mind? And Ashley says no. I don't think anybody really believes her, but apparently they've talked about a lot. They've gone over a lot and they have rules and everything set in place, so she's good. Ashley also said that from what she understands, she realizes now that she hasn't been the supportive wife that she had been before for Michael, and he was seeking tension elsewhere. Well, Gizelle can't stop with the question, so she want to know, was she giving up the poom poom? Ashley was not giving up the poom poom. So Robyn chimes in and say, you know what? I hear you, Ashley, and I understand, but I need you to hold him accountable. I have been in your shoes where I just had a baby or was pregnant with a baby and he stepped out on me. But at the time, I was too tired to even care about what my husband wanted at the time. But if you just had a baby, your husband needs to support you, and that should not be an excuse for him to go do what he wants to do. Ashley received that, and I was actually pretty proud of Robyn for saying that because she lived it already. So after she said that, they just Ashley just put out there, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. And Gizelle was like, well, I am perfect. They had little kikis and jokes over that. And of course, Wendy, well, if you have the middle name like me, Oween means gift from God. So I am perfect. Bye, Wendy. We are sick of you and your self-righteousness. You are accomplished. You are beautiful. You are a black woman succeeding. We are happy for you, but you are shoving it down people's throat every chance you get, and it's a turnoff, sis. Gizelle asked Karen, hey, have you talked to Ray? Yeah, I talked to Ray. Have you talked to Jamal? Yeah, I talked to Jamal and the girls. Well, I'm a little concerned, Gizelle, because I haven't seen Jamal supporting you in Potomac. Well, if you haven't seen him, don't take it personal. I don't know who said this, but somebody said maybe he doesn't want to come around. Maybe he doesn't want to come around Gizelle either. She said, Gizelle said, he lives about 8 states away. He does not live with me. Gizelle was on defense mode immediately. Immediately she was on defense. Karen just kind of points out the obvious. Like, Gizelle has so many demands for everybody else, all the other women in the group, and how they should be treated and what needs to be happening and what they need to do. But she offers nothing when it comes to her life, her relationship. And it's like, if you're not going to give us anything, how about you stop sticking your nose in everybody else's business? Gizelle can't do that. That's too much like right. Karen asks, well, is he proud of you? Giselle's like, of course he's proud of me. Well, a proud man stands by his woman. That's the truth, though. It really is. They would make the effort. Just like when she won that literary award. That was a whole award ceremony, and he was not there. It just looks bad. We don't know what he's doing that's more important. But so Giselle's like, Karen, what you need is not what I need. You need all of that. I don't need all of that. You are not sleeping with him. Karen said, praise the Lord, Father God, no. Praise the Lord, Father God, no. When Karen said that, I'm like, you right, Karen. Please no. Don't. Nobody want you know what? I'm gonna shut up. I was about to say don't nobody want him but Gizelle, but clearly it's people flocking, honey, and they willing with her or without her. They still willing. So yeah. So Robyn chimes in and says, well, why wouldn't you share your relationship with us? Because we all share our men with you. Like, and Gizelle is hot. Gizelle gets in her confessionals. I don't have a problem with the pastor coming around. I don't have a problem with Juan buying rings. Honey, Gizelle, you are so jealous. What you just said had nothing to do with nothing, but then again, it did. You are jealous because now Robyn is about to be wifed again, while you, on the other hand, are still playing with your ex-husband. Jealousy is a terrible disease. And most people think that had nothing to do with nothing. No, that's the underlying issue. Gizelle can't be happy for anybody, not even Robyn. So we see Ashley in her suite, and she's calling Michael, and she's not getting an answer. So then she calls Eve. Hey, is Michael home yet? No, he's not home yet. Well, it's time for Dean to go to bed. Oh my goodness, he's about to get him off schedule. No. Okay, let me call you back. Let me call him and see what's going on. See if I can get in contact with him. She calls him. He doesn't answer. She calls him again. He picks up. Hey, babe, what's going on? Nothing, on my way home. Well, you're late. What's going on? Well, my meeting just ended and I'm on my way home now. Well, Dean needs to go to bed. He's fussy. He's sleepy. It is 7:11. Michael was supposed to be home at 7. Ashley is in a total panic. Michael is like, what? Just stop. Ashley, just stop. I'm on my way home. Just stop. I can't. Why are you molesting me like this?
Say what?
Where did that word come from? I'm sorry, but that just pissed me all the way off. First of all, you're using it in the wrong context. Second of all, it makes me feel a way about him. So he basically says, I can't. He hangs up on Ashley. Ashley is having a total meltdown now. She is having a total meltdown, and he is no longer answering the phone. He knows she's melting, and he is not answering the phone. He cannot. To be honest, y'all, what do y'all think Michael was doing? Was he really just on his way home? Or did Michael stop off somewhere and do something crazy? I mean, he is 70-some years old. 11 minutes. Doesn't that's enough time for him to do what he gotta do. Clean up, get dressed, be back in the car on the way in. 5 minutes tops for him. Anyway, I don't know that. I'm just joking. But somebody get all in their feelings. I'm 80 years old and I still put it down. Michael does eventually call her back and apologize and say that he's wrong. He should have never stopped answering her calls, and he really should have just been home on time to ease her pain. He knows it's hard for her to be away and all this other stuff. Look, I'm sorry, but I feel like Michael just know what to say to calm Ashley down. And I honestly don't think Ashley is stupid at all. I think Ashley is still thinking something might be going on, but I don't want to think that something is going on. That's what I think is happening with Ashley. It is now 12 a.m. in the morning, and Robyn is going to Gizelle's room. So Robyn and Gizelle are talking, and they bring up what Karen said at the dinner table, and Robyn reiterates, Karen is not all the way wrong. If somebody or something is special to you, why wouldn't you share it? And Gizelle is like, you know what? I can respect that from you, but Karen don't care nothing about Jamal. So the next time they start saying a bunch of things, I'm gonna need you to just have my back. Gizelle wants things her way with her friends. She don't want a friend that's gonna tell her the truth. It's kind of sad. Robyn is making so many points right now. She's like, can he just not be this mystery man to us? We know he exists. We know he's in your phone. We know he's calling. We know you're calling him. We know y'all are video chatting. We know all of that, but we've never physically seen him with you. Like, why? She had ordered some sort of room service, and they were at the door. So on her way to the door, she's like, you should understand, miss, I live with my ex-husband. She shaded Robyn in the midst of Robyn telling her about her wrong. And Robyn fired right back and was like, yeah, but y'all see him. So don't compare that to be the same thing, because y'all see him. Gizelle, next time just tell her about it. Shut the heck up. Okay? So Gizelle wants a yes woman. Ashley is out meditating. It's the next morning. She's just clearing her mind and self-centering her mind to be back in Portugal and not to be overwhelmed with the situation of Michael, Dean, Eve. That whole situation was too much last night. So we also see Candiace. She's getting ready and prepared, and she's now writing her stickies. This girl packed sticky notes and a marker and took it to Portugal, so she can stick these on the mirrors in Portugal. Okay, whatever works for you, I guess. She needed to be reminded of how strong she is. So she's got the sticky notes, and I guess it's working for her, so that's what she's doing. Aaron comes in Ashley's room, and they have a chat. Ashley and Michael, she's just kind of asking her, hey, are you sure you're okay? Because, I know the last time we were away, Michael was not well behaved. So are you sure you're okay? And this is not due to that? And Ashley's like, no, I'm good. We talked everything out. Aaron brings up, Gizelle and being on the defense when she asked about Jamal. And Ashley was like, I don't know, Karen, because you were on another page. Like, have you seen him? Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Anybody seen Jamal? Ashley, when she did ask about, how she slept or whatever, she did mention that she did have the breakdown last night, and how, she overreacted and took it out on Michael is what she said. But Karen feels like it's not really an overreaction, and it's just something that hasn't truly been dealt with. It's like trauma being relived again, like the fact that it may happen again. Everybody's up, dressed, they're headed the cable cars. So, they're in the car on the way there. And Wendy asked, how did you sleep last night without Dean? And Ashley's like, I did not sleep good. And she was like, did you cry? And Ashley was like, oh yeah, I definitely cried. And Wendy was like, why didn't you let me know? I cried too. We could have cried together. To be honest, the way I feel about that, I feel like Wendy should have called Ashley, because everybody knows that Ashley's going through postpartum. But Wendy puts up this wall as if she never has weak moments. Now, the last time they were at the lake house, she did mention that she always misses her baby when she goes away. And Wendy said this: it's worse when you have a spouse that's not there and supportive, and you feel like you're going through it like kind of like by yourself. If they had cried together, I think it would have been a page turner for them. They would have been more on the same page and not so quick to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. But it did not happen. They told each other after the fact. Now they are on the cable cars, right? So in the first cable car, we got Wendy, Gizelle, and Ashley. Second cable car, we got Candiace, Karen, and Robyn. Karen gets in her cable car, and she's looking for a seatbelt. And honey, I don't blame her. I would be terrified. I am afraid of heights. Matter of fact, if I get in a cable car, my eyes are going to be shut. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like skyscraper buildings. I don't like elevators that go up like real high. I don't like none of that. None. And I will spaz out. Okay. And then you got Robyn in there rocking it. Oh, I'm going to rock it. See, she's a daredevil. She's like Candy from Housewives of Atlanta. She down for it. She's up for it. She's ready to do the thing. I'm not that brave. Not even with somebody holding my hand would I go. And even with the zip lining, there's no way. I couldn't even be paid to do it. They have their nice little trip on the cable cars, chat amongst themselves, and after the cable cars, they are headed straight to lunch. They sit down for lunch. Ashley gets up for a second. I'll be right back. And she comes back and Ashley sits down. Ashley has all of her Dean milk pumping stations on her, and she eats. What? We're in Europe. It's legal. She did her homework. She said, Dean got to be fed, honey. He gonna have all this milk when I get back. So they asked everybody what they were talking about in the cable cars. So they were like, we were talking about the friendship state of Wendy and Karen. Karen's like, oh no, we're good. She said she's done with it. She put a button on it and we're good. Yeah. But I'd like to unbutton it for a minute. I, at this point, truly just want to know, is this Bravo's editing, or is Wendy really being this annoying? Like, seriously. Is Bravo trying to pull a quick one on us to make us think that it's Wendy? Or is this really Wendy in everyday life? So Wendy goes, well, Karen, when you mentioned my degrees, I was really just, floored, because I remember how long it took me to get my degrees, and it was 6 years for my PhD, and my father passed away, and I wanted to give up, and there were so many obstacles, but I succeeded. And I did not succeed for just me. I succeeded for all the other little black girls out here. Karen was like, you know what, thank you, Wendy, for mentioning that, because I believe that what I was saying was taken out of context. I do appreciate education. I don't demean or demise your degree. So they're squared away with that. Everybody's just kind of talking, and Giselle's like, yeah, I've talked to, Jamal and everything. And Karen is like, here she go with this again. Like, you just want to say that because you want somebody to know that he's called you or whatever. Karen just kind of puts it out there. Giselle, you hold us to a standard that you don't hold yourself to. And Giselle comes back like, you don't tell us anything either. You don't tell us anything. And Karen's like, well, why would you tell Satan your business? Giselle was, oh my God, the devil. You are calling me the devil? Karen is like, for real, Giselle, you just need to either open up or keep your mouth out of everybody else's business. And Giselle pulls out her phone, calls Jamal. Hey, Jamal, just say hey to my friends. Just say hey, Jamal, say hey to my friends. And Giselle doesn't get it. We know he exists, but a phone call is not what Karen is talking about, period. He needs to be present, whether she see it or not. He needs to go with you somewhere in Potomac. She's always going to Atlanta and all that. So Karen's like, we know Jamal lives in your phone. No, Jamal lives in my life. He lives in your phone. He ain't here. Let me tell y'all, Karen with the reads this season, honey. Karen is not playing with Giselle. Karen has waited so patiently for the right moment to just keep lighting her up. And I'm so here for it. I am so here for Karen lighting into Giselle every chance she get. The main reason why I'm okay with that is because Giselle took Karen and Ray's tax problem and made it to be a mockery. Tax issues are serious. People can do jail time. People can lose their homes. People can lose their livelihood. Like, it's serious. So for somebody to say, oh yeah, make me a shirt that says this, free Uncle Ben, tax whatever. For somebody to go out of their way, get a shirt made. You can read the back of my shirt as I walk away. For somebody to do something that low and dirty, that's who you are. Like, that is truly how you feel inside. So for real, I'm all for Karen shooting off all of this shade at Giselle. And Robyn, keep it coming, honey. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. You actually would be a fan favorite if you spoke out more. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all thought of this episode. Alright, y'all, thumbs up the video, like the video, love the video. Tell me what you think. Y'all, I will see y'all in the next episode. Also, I do have a new release coming out on Friday. Y'all, if you have not subscribed and clicked the bell, do so that you will be notified. Okay? Bye, y'all.